Welcome to the Community Services Connection podcast, an informative podcast for those who live, work, and play in our paradise. We're covering everything from recreation and pools, libraries and history, parks and natural resources, and the UF-IFAS Extension Office of Charlotte County. You're listening to the Community Services Connection podcast. I'm your host, Brianna Benavenga. Today, I have Hannah Brown, Librarian Supervisor from the Port Charlotte Public Library. Hey, Hannah.
Hey, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you? Welcome back to the podcast.
Thank you.
Hannah, if you've been listening for a while, she helped kick off the Community Services Connection podcast, and she was our very first guest way back all the way last year.
Yeah, a whole year already. It's crazy.
It is crazy. Today, we're talking about what, Hannah?
The Sunlight Mission Health Fair and Cookout.
And this is is it technically the first annual or second annual?
So we planned the first one, and it was supposed to happen in November 2022. And of course, Hurricane Ian came right before that. So nobody felt ready to come and be at a health fair. The library wasn't even open yet, I don't think. So it was rescheduled, and it happened in March of 2023. So this is the second one.
Awesome. Last year, we had an amazing turnout for that first event. Tell me a little bit about where this idea came from.
So one of our library technicians, his name is Kevin, he was really trying to we were all talking about like, hey, what are some ways that we can give back to our community? What else could we be doing? And he was thinking along the lines of like, oh, let's serve food to our community. You know, like maybe we can find some way to do that. And it sort of developed into this health fair instead, because we're like, let's turn it into a program and we'll give away food, you know. So it was initially his idea, but of course with an event this big, you know, everybody chips in. So the whole branch has done their part to get this up and running. Did you get the last year was participation right where you expected it, or did it exceed your expectations? I was happy with how it went last year, especially for the first time. We weren't sure really what to expect. So I didn't have any, preconceived ideas or anything like that, because part of who we're really hoping will come and benefit are homeless folks. And when you are insecure about where you're sleeping each night, you're not probably paying attention to like library marketing and, what's going on at the library this weekend. So we were really hoping to reach a lot of these people, but we weren't sure if we would be able to. So all our community partners are helping us spread the word. Many of them do help these people every day. And so it's like, if you know somebody, if you can pass out the flyers, whatever you can do to spread the word. So I'm hoping that people will be able to find us again this year. Who are some of the sponsors for this event, and who are some of the partners who will be on site? So some sponsors, we've had some financial assistance from the neighborhood Walmart, which is great. They donated a lot of the food from last year too. And the Gulf Coast Partnership, what a great organization. They are just like, yes, how can we help? That's great. They'll be there, and they've donated some supplies for us. And then one of the insurance groups, it's the Colazzo Insurance Agency, last year as well, he was like, yes, I know somebody who does smoothies. I'll bring them. So there's going to be free smoothies. Oh, that's right. Yeah. And he's like, I know a doctor from Millennium. I'll bring them. And so even though he's there to talk about to talk about insurance and how he can help you and all that stuff, he's bringing quite a bit. So he's one of our sponsors as well. And then as far as the community partners, there's, I think 30 we've got listed that are going to be in attendance. So it's, I mentioned homeless. You do not have to be homeless to benefit from coming. If you're struggling with any kind of like food insecurity, or just like, man, it's hard to pay our bills, this month or this year, or you're struggling with getting your house fixed, or any number of things, these community partners are there. So we've got some that are just going to be handing out information, like us at the library, and Fire and EMS will be there talking about their stuff. We've got some that are focused on medical services. So the Virginia B. Andes Volunteer Community Clinic are one of my favorite organizations. They're going to be coming out doing blood pressure checks, talking about vaccinations. I think you can get your flu shot and stuff like that if you want. Then we've got health insurance education. If you have questions about Medicare or like options that you can afford, lots of organizations that'll be giving information on that. Housing and disaster relief. Habitat for Humanity will be there. If you've ever wondered how that works, maybe that you could benefit from that. The FLUMC, so that's the Methodist Church. They have a disaster recovery ministry, so they sound like they could be really helpful if you're needing financial assistance, getting something fixed. Social services. So we'll have Charlotte County Human Services out there talking about the Family Services Center and what they can do for you there. They're located right around the corner from Port Charlotte Library, so we rely on them to help our community big time. Florida Rural Legal Services. So if you have any kind of legal questions, maybe you can set up an appointment with them. The public schools will be there. Salvation Army. There'll be employment help with Career Source if you're trying to find a job. The Patterson Foundation has this Digital Access for All initiative, which seems really interesting. I think it's to help people connect to affordable internet.
Oh, okay.
So if you are here in Charlotte County and you don't have internet in your home, that can hinder your life in so many ways. You know, if you're trying to do stuff, so much of it you can only do online nowadays, so they can help set you up.
Speaking of which, are you still offering the hotspots?
We are.
Okay.
Yes. So what Brianna's talking about is our mobile hotspots. We have quite a few. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but maybe like 70 of them. And they circulate for 2 weeks at a time. So you can come get on our wait list because they are very popular. So I do believe there's generally a wait list. And then we'll let you know when it's ready. You come pick it up, and then you can have Wi-Fi wherever you are. You can take it with you in your car or at home or wherever.
That's awesome. I think when we first launched the hotspot program, I think one of the big initiatives was to help people be able to have internet access to look for jobs or go to school, things that could help them at home. It's really hard to apply for a job from your cell phone.
It really is. Yes. So I do think it helps a lot of people with that kind of stuff. I mean, we don't ask you what the reason is, so it could be whatever, even if you just want it for fun, you want to stream movies or whatever.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we have that, and it's great. I think we'll probably, seems like every year we try to get more of them, so we'll hopefully be continuing that.
One of the things that stuck out to me last year at the health fair was the haircuts. I thought that was so powerful to see people come in from off the streets, go sit in the chair, get a free haircut, and come out looking like they were going to a job interview, like a brand new person. And I think that probably felt really refreshing. A lot of our friends and neighbors who we may not realize maybe can't afford something as simple as a haircut. So I thought that was really cool to have haircuts on site.
It was really cool. I totally agree with you. Like, just get a little refresh. It can mean a lot just mentally, you just feel better after getting a haircut. Yeah. I do too, So yeah, I agree. I'm happy that we can offer that.
And they'll be back this year?
They are, I think, going to be back this year.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Yep, I do. I see them on the flyer. Yes. They're going to be there this year, hopefully. So come get your haircut. Anything else that you want the community to know about this event?
I don't know what else there is to say. I mean, there's, I think, a little bit, there's so many organizations that are going to be there. There's got to be something that you might need help with that we can hopefully be able to offer. I didn't mention earlier, the Mothers Helping Mothers is a new one that's coming out this year.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
They said they'll bring a trailer where they pull out like racks of clothing, so free clothes, and then they also have supplies like diapers and wipes and like car seats and that kind of stuff. So I don't know what the process is for getting that, but they're going to bring some, and you'll be able to talk to them, and if you need help, we want to help.
Yeah, and there's no shame in asking for help. No. If you are struggling at all, this is what this event is for you. This is for all of us to come together and help our friends, families, neighbors, friends of friends. Tell your friends too, because everybody may be fighting a silent battle that you know nothing about, and there is no shame.
Well said. I couldn't say it better myself. Exactly. I mean, even if you don't feel like you're in need of anything, just come and find out what your community organizations are working towards. And there's surely somebody that you know, that they're like, hey, I'm struggling with this. Oh my goodness, I just met this organization, and they would be able to help you. So I hope it's beneficial.
Yeah, and I'm not going to speak for these organizations, but I'm sure many of them are looking for volunteers. So if you're looking for a way to give back to your community, come to the fair. Network with some of our organizations who are coming.
That is good advice. And you can come and ask us at the library too, and we will connect you.
Yes. Our community relies on our Charlotte County libraries for so much more than just books, and this is just one of many examples. So, Hannah, thank you so much for coming today. I'm really looking forward to the event. One more time, the date is Friday, February 23rd. Last year it was on a Saturday.
That's correct. This was a tactical move to see if we could get a few more of the community organizations to be able to come out, because sometimes working on the weekend doesn't sound great after a long work week, you know what I mean? So we're like, hey, let's make it part of the regular work day. So we're going to try it.
Friday, February 23rd, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Come on out to the Port Charlotte Public Library located at 2280 Erin Street in Port Charlotte. Hannah, I will see you there.
Awesome. See you then.
Thank you.
Thanks.